Hi everyone, this is Emily speaking. I'm so happy you're here today. Let's take a deep breath together. Feel that? That's the start of growth. Today, we're talking about something that can truly change your life, your mindset. Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm when things fall apart? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's the power of a strong mind. Your thoughts shape the way you live, the way you face challenges, and the way you grow. And the good news, you can train your mind just like a muscle. In this episode, we'll explore what mindset really means, why it matters, and simple steps you can use to make it stronger every single day. So find a quiet place, grab your favorite drink, and let's begin this journey together. Let's build a stronger mind and a stronger you. Welcome back, friends. I'm Emily, and today we'll start with something simple yet powerful. Let's talk about what mindset really means. You've probably heard the word mindset 100 times before, but have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what does it truly mean to me? Mindset is the way you think. It's the voice inside your head that shapes your choices. It's how you talk to yourself when no one else is around. It's the filter through which you see yourself and the world. Some people see problems, others see possibilities. That difference is mindset. Your mindset decides how you respond when life gets hard. Do you give up or do you keep going? That moment, that thought, that's your mindset in action. There are two main types of mindset that psychologists talk about. One is the fixed mindset, and the other is the growth mindset. Let's start with the first one, the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are permanent. They say things like, I'm not good at math, or I'll never be confident. They believe talent is something you're born with, not something you can build. When they face failure, they stop trying. They take failure as a sign of who they are, not what they can learn from. This mindset can feel safe, but it keeps you small. It keeps you stuck in the same place, repeating the same limits. Now, let's move to the growth mindset, my favorite kind. A growth mindset says, I can learn, I can improve, I can grow. It's about believing that your skills and intelligence can change with effort. When you make mistakes, you don't see them as proof of failure. You see them as lessons, as steps on the road to success. With a growth mindset, you know that progress takes time, and that's okay. You're patient with yourself because you know you're a work in progress. You start to replace I can't with I can't yet. That small word, yet, changes everything. It gives you permission to keep trying. It turns walls into doors. Let me tell you a small story. A few years ago, a friend of mine wanted to learn how to play guitar. At first, she said, I'm terrible. I'll never get it. She practiced for 2 days and stopped. That was her fixed mindset speaking. But later she changed her approach. She said, I'm learning. I'll get better with time. Every day she practiced for 10 minutes, just 10. After 6 months, she played her first song. After a year, she played for her family. Now she teaches others. The only thing that changed wasn't her hands. It was her mind. That's the power of mindset. Your thoughts can lift you up or hold you back. Your mindset is like the lens of your camera. If it's dirty, everything looks blurry. But when you clean that lens, you start to see the world clearly again. You realize you have more power than you thought. Mindset isn't magic, but it feels like it. It's the quiet strength that helps you stand up when life knocks you down. It's the voice that says, I'll try again, when everything tells you to quit. So now I want you to think, what kind of mindset do you have right now? Are there moments where your thoughts limit you? Do you tell yourself stories that make you small? Or do you challenge yourself to keep growing, even when it's hard? Be honest with yourself. That's the first step to change. Remember, mindset is not fixed forever. You can shape it, train it, and grow it, just like a muscle. The more you practice positive thinking, the stronger it gets. And slowly, your thoughts start to work for you, not against you. That's when real change begins. So, as we move forward, keep this in mind. Strong thinking builds a strong life. Let's start building yours, one thought at a time. Welcome back, friends. It's Emily again, and now we're diving into the heart of today's talk. Let's explore why having a strong mindset matters so much. It's one of those invisible things that changes everything. The way you think, act, and live. A strong mindset is like the foundation of a building. When storms come, the walls may shake, but the house stands firm. Without that foundation, even the smallest wave can knock you down. That's why your mind needs strength just as much as your body does. Think about it. We train our muscles to lift heavy things, right? But what happens when life gives you something heavier, like disappointment, failure, or fear? That's when your mental strength steps in. A strong mindset doesn't mean you never feel sad or scared. It means you keep going even when you do. It's not about pretending to be okay. It's about believing that you can become okay again. Imagine this. You're learning something new, maybe a language or a skill. At first it feels exciting. You're full of energy and hope. But then after a few days, it starts getting hard. You make mistakes, you forget things, you feel slow. That's the moment most people quit. They think, I'm not good at this. It's too hard. But people with a strong mindset say something different. They say, it's hard now, but I'm learning. They understand that growth takes time, and every mistake is part of the process. That's what keeps them moving forward when others stop. Let me tell you a short story. When I started my first job, I made so many mistakes. I remember one day I sent an important email to the wrong person. I was so embarrassed that I wanted to disappear. But my mentor told me something I'll never forget. She said, Emily, mistakes are proof that you're trying. That changed everything. I realized that failing didn't make me weak. Quitting did. From that day on, I started to see every challenge as a chance to grow. And honestly, that small shift changed my entire career. A strong mindset gives you power over your emotions. When things go wrong, you don't drown in frustration or fear. Instead, you take a deep breath, step back, and look for solutions. It helps you stay calm under pressure and find clarity when life feels messy. It teaches you to respond, not just react. And that simple difference can change the way you handle every problem. It's also important in relationships. When you have a strong mindset, you communicate better. You don't let anger control your words. You listen with empathy and speak with kindness. You don't take everything personally because you know your worth. And that helps you build connections that are healthy, honest, and strong. Another amazing thing about a strong mindset is resilience. Life will always have ups and downs. You'll lose things, face rejection, or fail sometimes. That's normal. But resilience means bouncing back. It means standing tall again even when you fall. It's like a tree in the wind. It bends, but doesn't break. That's what a strong mindset gives you. Flexibility and strength at the same time. And here's something you might not expect. A strong mindset makes you happier. Why? Because you stop fighting reality. You accept challenges as part of life, not as punishments. You start to enjoy learning instead of fearing mistakes. You trust yourself more. You worry less. You start living with peace, not pressure. That's true power. Not control over everything, but calm within chaos. So now ask yourself, what would your life look like if your mind were stronger? Would you chase your dreams with more confidence? Would you forgive yourself faster when you make mistakes? Would you speak kinder words to yourself every morning? That's the promise of a strong mindset. It doesn't remove problems. It changes how you face them. It turns pain into purpose and fear into fuel. Remember this. A strong body helps you move through the world, but a strong mind helps you rise above it. You can't control every situation, but you can control your response. And that choice, that inner strength, will shape your entire life. So keep training your thoughts like you train your muscles, because one day that strength will be what carries you through the storm. And when it does, you'll realize you were strong all along. Welcome back, my friends. It's Emily here again. Now that we've talked about why a strong mindset matters, let's look at the other side. What weakens your mindset? Because before you build strength, you have to understand what's holding you back. A weak mindset doesn't appear overnight. It grows slowly through habits, words, and thoughts that we repeat to ourselves. Most of the time, we don't even notice it, but it quietly shapes the way we act, the way we feel, and even what we believe we deserve. Let's talk about the first habit: negative thinking. We all do it sometimes. It sounds like I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough. It's that little voice that whispers, why even try? The problem is, your mind listens. If you tell yourself you're not capable, your brain starts believing it. It stops looking for solutions and starts protecting you from failure by avoiding effort. That's how negative thoughts quietly build invisible walls around your potential. The second weak habit is giving up too easily. We live in a world that celebrates quick results. We want things now: fast progress, instant success, zero discomfort. But real growth doesn't work that way. When something feels hard, many people quit. They think difficulty means they're not meant to do it. But the truth is, difficulty means you're learning. Every time you feel stuck, your brain is actually forming new connections. That's how we grow. If you give up too early, you stop right before the breakthrough. Patience and persistence. Those are the quiet powers of a strong mind. Now let's talk about one of the biggest barriers: fear of failure. Fear makes us hesitate. It tells us to play small. We think, what if I fail? What will people say? So we stay in our comfort zone, where it feels safe but small. But here's something important. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed, often more times than they can count. The difference is, they didn't stop there. They used failure as feedback, not as proof they weren't good enough. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I met a young woman named Lisa. She dreamed of starting her own bakery, but she was terrified. She kept saying, what if no one likes my cakes? For 2 years, she planned, but never acted. One day, she decided to take a small step. She baked cupcakes for her neighbors. They loved them. Soon, word spread, and she opened a small shop. Was it easy? No. She made mistakes, lost money, cried many nights. But she kept going. Now her bakery is one of the most loved in her town. Fear didn't disappear. She just learned to move forward despite it. That's the difference between a weak and a strong mindset. Another sign of a weak mindset is how we call comparing yourself to others. Social media makes this habit even worse. We scroll, we see someone else's success, and suddenly we feel behind. We forget that what we're seeing is the highlight reel, not the full story. When you compare, you steal joy from your own journey. Remember, your timing is your own. Flowers bloom in different seasons, and so do people. Stay focused on your own growth, not someone else's finish line. And finally, a weak mindset often comes from self-doubt. That feeling that whispers, maybe I'm not enough. It makes you question every decision and seek constant approval. But here's the truth. No one feels confident all the time. Confidence isn't about never doubting yourself. It's about acting, even when you do. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward with fear in your hands. You can't wait for confidence to start. You build it by starting. So, let's recap. A weak mindset grows from negative thinking, giving up too fast, fearing failure, comparing yourself to others, and doubting your own worth. But now that you can see these patterns, you can change them. Awareness is always the first step. Next time you catch yourself saying, I can't, pause and reframe it. Say, I'm learning. Say, I'll try again. Each small correction rewires your mind for strength. Bit by bit, those weak thoughts lose their power, and slowly your mindset begins to shift. That's how change begins. Quietly, one thought at a time. Welcome back, friends. It's Emily again. Now that we've seen what weakens your mindset, it's time to build it stronger. The good news is, you don't need a big, complicated plan. You just need small, simple steps, and to repeat them every day. Today, I'll share 3 steps that truly change my life. They're easy to remember, easy to start, and powerful when you stay consistent. Step 1, positive self-talk. Your words shape your world. The things you say to yourself every day create the story you live in. If your inner voice says, I can't do this, your actions will follow that belief. But if you say, I can try, you open a door for growth. Positive self-talk isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing better words. Instead of, I'm terrible at this, say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of, I failed, say, I discovered one way that didn't work. Your mind listens. Your brain adapts. Over time, your thoughts start lifting you up instead of holding you down. It's like talking to your best friend, would you ever tell them they're worthless? Then why say that to yourself? Be kind to your mind. It's listening more than you know. Let me give you a small exercise. Every morning, look in the mirror and say 3 good things about yourself. It can be simple. I am capable. I am learning. I am growing. It may feel awkward at first, but keep going, because one day, those words will start to feel true. And when they do, you'll realize how powerful they've been all along. Step 2, learn from mistakes. Here's a truth we often forget. Everyone makes mistakes. Every single person you admire has failed more than you know. The difference between those who succeed and those who stop is how they respond when things go wrong. People with a weak mindset see mistakes as proof that they're not good enough. But people with a strong mindset see them as feedback. Each mistake says, try again, but try differently. That's how growth happens, through trial, reflection, and patience. I remember once I tried to start a small online project. I spent weeks preparing, but when I launched, only a few people cared. I felt crushed. I thought, maybe I'm not cut out for this. But after a few days, I decided to treat it like an experiment. I asked, what can I learn from this? I realized my message wasn't clear enough, so I improved it. The next time more people connected, that's when I truly learned. Mistakes are teachers, not enemies. They don't define you, they refine you. So whenever you mess up, instead of judging yourself, ask this question: what lesson is hiding here? Because there's always one, always. Step 3, set small goals. We often dream big, and that's good, but big goals can feel overwhelming. When something looks too big, our brain says, that's impossible. That's why you need small goals. Goals so simple that they feel easy to start. For example, instead of saying, I want to be fluent in English, say, I'll learn 5 new words today. Instead of, I'll run a marathon, say, I'll walk for 10 minutes. Each small goal builds momentum. Each little success gives your brain a hit of confidence. And confidence grows from action, not from waiting to feel ready. Let's be real. Big transformations come from tiny, repeated steps. If you focus on one small goal at a time, you'll surprise yourself. Because one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. That's the magic of consistency. It's slow, but unstoppable. So let's recap. Step 1, speak kindly to yourself. Step 2, learn from your mistakes. Step 3, set small, doable goals. These 3 steps are simple, but they work if you do. The hardest part isn't understanding them. It's practicing them every single day, even when you don't feel like it. But remember, progress doesn't need to be loud to be real. Even quiet steps move you forward. So, start today. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today. Say something kind to yourself. Learn something new from a mistake. Take one small action toward your goal. Because every little choice you make builds your mindset brick by brick. And one day, you'll look around and realize you've built something strong inside you. Something unshakable, something beautiful. That's the power of a strong mindset. It grows with every small step you take. Welcome back, friends. It's Emily again. We've talked about what mindset is, why it's important, and how to build it. Now, let's talk about how to keep it strong every single day. Because building a strong mindset isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily practice, just like brushing your teeth or exercising. Small actions repeated every day can transform the way you think and live. Let's start with the first daily habit. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is like sunlight for your mind. It warms your thoughts, lifts your mood, and helps you see what's good, even in hard days. When you practice gratitude, you train your brain to focus on abundance, not lack. Instead of saying, I don't have enough, you start saying, I already have so much. And that shift changes everything. Each morning, take a moment to list 3 things you're thankful for. It could be simple things: the smell of coffee, the sound of rain, or someone's smile. When you start your day with gratitude, your mindset becomes naturally more positive. Because the truth is, a thankful heart makes a strong mind. The second habit is read positive words. What you read and listen to shapes the way you think. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant grows. If you fill it with negativity, that's what blooms. But if you fill it with uplifting ideas, inspiration, and encouragement, you grow strength, hope, and confidence. Every day, read or listen to something that nourishes your mind. It could be a motivational quote, a podcast, or even one page of a good book. I personally love starting my mornings by reading something short and meaningful. Sometimes it's just one line like, "You are stronger than you think." And somehow, that single sentence can set the tone for my whole day. Remember Padam Saffron, positivity isn't automatic. You have to feed it. Now the third daily habit. Surround yourself with supportive people. We all know how powerful energy can be. Spend time with people who lift you up and you'll feel lighter. Spend time with people who complain and doubt, and you'll feel drained. That's because emotions are contagious. Your environment can either feed your strength or weaken it. So, choose wisely. Find people who encourage your dreams, not those who dismiss them. Connect with friends who believe in growth, kindness, and persistence. And if you don't have those people yet, become one yourself. Someone who supports, uplifts, and inspires. When you give positivity, it finds its way back to you. Let me share a story with you. A few years ago, I joined a small group of friends who met every Sunday morning. We called it Mindset Mornings. Each week we talked about what we learned, what challenged us, and how we grew. At first, I thought it was just a nice way to stay connected. But over time, I noticed something deeper. My confidence grew, my thoughts became clearer, and I started believing in myself more. Why? Because I was surrounded by people who believed in me too. That's the power of a supportive circle. They remind you of your strength when you forget it. So, to keep your mindset strong, remember these 3 daily habits. Be grateful, read positive words, and stay close to uplifting people. They may sound simple, but that's what makes them powerful. Because real transformation comes from consistency, not complexity. Do them every day, even on days you don't feel like it, especially on those days, because that's when you need them the most. Your mindset is like a muscle. If you stop using it, it weakens. But when you train it with gratitude, positivity, and good company, it grows unshakable. So, make these habits part of your routine. Start small. Write one thing you're grateful for. Read one inspiring quote. Send a kind message to a friend. Those moments add up. Over time, they build mental strength, emotional balance, and peace within. Remember, the secret to a strong mindset isn't found in big achievements. It's found in small, intentional habits done every single day. So keep showing up. Keep feeding your mind with good thoughts and good people. And soon, you'll notice that life feels lighter, brighter, and more in your control, because you've trained your mind to see possibilities, not problems. And that, my friends, is what true strength looks like. Quiet, steady, and unstoppable. Hey friends, it's Emily again. Up to this point, we've learned a lot about what mindset means and how to strengthen it. But theory alone isn't enough. Sometimes the best lessons come from real stories. Stories of people who've lived it. So today, I want to share a few personal stories about how a strong mindset changes lives. And yes, that includes my own. Let's start with me. When I was younger, I wasn't confident at all. I used to compare myself to everyone, classmates, coworkers, even strangers on social media. Every time someone succeeded, I felt smaller. I thought confidence was something you were born with. But I learned the truth. Confidence is built, not given. And the tool that builds it is mindset. It all started when I picked up a small self-help book. It wasn't fancy, but one sentence changed me. You become what you repeatedly tell yourself. That line stuck in my head. So I began to pay attention to my inner voice. At first, I realized how harsh it was. I told myself things I would never say to a friend. So I started changing my words, little by little. When I failed, instead of saying I'm terrible, I said, I'm learning. And slowly, my life started to feel lighter. Not easier, but lighter, because my thoughts became kinder. That was the moment I realized the power of a strong mindset. Now, let me tell you about my friend Daniel. Daniel used to be afraid of speaking in public. Whenever he had to present at work, his hands would shake, his voice would tremble, and afterward, he'd replay every mistake in his mind for days. One day, he decided to face it head on. He joined a local public speaking club. At first, he was terrified. He even forgot his lines during his first speech. But instead of quitting, he told himself, "It's okay, I'll get better." Every week, he spoke again, just a little longer, just a little clearer. And after a few months, something changed. His fear didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling him. Now he speaks in front of hundreds with confidence. When I asked him how he did it, he said, "I practiced courage more than comfort." That's a strong mindset in action. Then there's my friend Mia. Mia went through a really tough time. She lost her job unexpectedly. For weeks, she felt lost, frustrated, and unsure of what to do next. But one morning, she wrote 3 words on a sticky note and put it on her mirror. Keep moving forward. Every day she read it, even on bad days, especially on bad days. She started applying for jobs, learning new skills, and networking. Months later, she found a better position, one that she actually loved. She told me, "I didn't rebuild my life overnight. I rebuilt it one thought at a time." And that, my friends, is the magic of mindset. And sometimes, we think people who succeed will never struggle. But the truth is, they struggle just like everyone else. They just don't stop there. They fall, they cry, they doubt themselves, but then they rise again. That's what having a strong mindset means. Not being fearless, but being brave enough to keep going. You see, every person has a before and after moment. Before, they believe their limits. After, they challenge them. The bridge between those 2 moments is mindset. It's the belief that even if today is hard, tomorrow can be better. It's the decision to keep learning, growing, and believing no matter what happens. So I want to ask you something. What's your story? When was the last time you pushed through something that scared you? What helped you move forward? Think about that moment and remember, that was your strong mindset showing up. It's already inside you. You don't have to find it somewhere else. You just have to use it. As we move to the next part of our journey, hold this truth close. Every challenge is a chance to build your mindset. Every mistake teaches you resilience. Every step forward, no matter how small, makes you stronger. Because strength isn't built in one moment. It's built in many quiet ones. And one day, you'll look back and realize you've become the kind of person you once admired. Not because life got easier, but because your mind got stronger. Hey friends, it's Emily here again. So far we've talked about ideas, habits, and stories. Now let's do something a little different. Let's practice together. Because a mindset doesn't grow just by knowing, it grows by doing. And one of the best ways to strengthen your mindset is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements you say to yourself every single day. They may sound simple, but they're powerful. Why? Because your brain believes what it hears often. If you tell yourself you're weak, your brain will look for proof. But if you tell yourself you're strong, your brain starts acting like it's true. Words are not just sounds. They are signals to your mind. They build new pathways, new beliefs, new energy. So today, I want us to do a short mindset practice together. You don't need anything, just your voice and an open heart. Let's start by taking a deep breath. Inhale confidence. Exhale doubt. Now repeat these sentences with me. Say them out loud or quietly in your mind. Whatever feels right for you. Number 1, I can learn. I can grow. Say it again slowly. Feel the meaning behind the words. Every time you say I can, you open a door in your mind. Growth doesn't mean perfection, it means progress. So when you repeat I can learn, you remind yourself that improvement is always possible. Number 2, I am strong inside. This isn't about physical strength, it's about emotional strength. The quiet power inside you that helps you get back up. You've faced challenges before, and you're still here. That means you already have strength within you. When you say, I am strong inside, you're honoring that strength. You're telling yourself, I can handle what comes my way. And the more you believe it, the more your actions will follow it. Number 3, every day I become better. This one is my favorite because it reminds us that growth is a journey, not a race. Some days you'll take big steps forward. Other days you'll just show up. And that's okay, because showing up is also progress. When you say, every day I become better, you focus on consistency, not perfection. You start seeing your life as a series of small wins, not a list of failures. And that change in perspective, that's what keeps your mindset strong. Now let's say all 3 together, slowly and with meaning. I can learn, I can grow. I am strong inside. Every day I become better. Take a deep breath. Feel that energy moving through you. That's your mindset growing, quietly, but powerfully. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more natural they'll feel. At first, your mind might resist them. It might whisper, that's not true. But keep going, because repetition changes your brain. It rewires your thoughts. Every word you speak becomes a seed. And one day, those seeds bloom into belief. Let me tell you a little story. A listener once wrote to me after trying this practice for 2 weeks. She said, Emily, at first I felt silly, but then something changed. I stopped saying negative things to myself without even realizing it. And when problems came, I heard my own voice saying, I can handle this. That voice used to be quiet, but now it's strong. That's what affirmations do. They build a new inner voice, one that supports you instead of judging you. So here's my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, repeat these 3 affirmations every morning and every night. Say them while brushing your teeth, walking, or before you sleep. It only takes 1 minute. but the impact can last a lifetime. Because the truth is, your thoughts create your reality. And when your thoughts become kind, strong, and encouraging, your life starts to reflect that energy. Remember, mindset work isn't loud or dramatic. It's quiet, gentle, and consistent. It's the small things you do when no one's watching that make the biggest difference. So keep practicing, keep believing, keep speaking strength into your life. Let's say it one last time together. I can learn, I can grow, I am strong inside. Every day I become better. Beautiful. You've just taken another step toward a stronger mind and a stronger you. And that brings us to the end of today's episode, friends. You've learned, reflected, and practiced. And that's something to be proud of. Remember, building a strong mindset isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself, one small thought at a time. You won't always feel strong, and that's okay. Strength isn't the absence of struggle. It's the courage to keep going through it. Be patient with your progress. Celebrate your small wins. And when you stumble, remind yourself, this is how you grow. Because every challenge is a lesson, and every day is a chance to begin again. So keep going, keep learning, keep believing,